guys, welcome back to Exposed, and if I'm welcoming you back and you like it here, I'd love it if you stayed and subbed. Louis Vuitton, Mura something. New York, Louis Vuitton, Murakami Collection Luxury Haul. This is going to be another bragathon, isn't it? Shall we jump in? Oops, why have you gone over there?
Hey guys, it's Lisa, and today we are going to go over my recent trip to New York City, to Soho, to the Louis Vuitton Murakami, I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, Murakami
I was going to say there's a U, not a...
collection, the relaunch. It's their 20-year anniversary since they launched that collection. And
Oh, is that what it is? The colour-y thing is a Murakami collection. I do like that. If I was going to buy anything, it'd be the white one with all the different colours on, or cream, whatever it is.
And the reason that this is somewhat special to me is because when that collection first came out, let's see, it was in the, early 2000s? Brooke was born in 2000, and then Will was born in 2003. I was a young mom, and a Louis Vuitton bag was not really on my radar. Plus, I live in a town that has not a lot of shopping, and I had only seen one. My friend Angela, that I met here on YouTube, one of my subscribers, she used to drive from Raleigh and meet me at Ulta when I got my hair done there. And I remember she had a black one. And I remember looking at that bag thinking, oh my gosh, that's so pretty. I just loved it. So I have actually bought a pre-owned one before from Forward. They sell pre-owned bags. It was a black one, and when I got it in, it just looked old and kind of beat up. And it was still pretty expensive, and I returned it.
I'm sorry, that thing that she's showing in the picture. Let me just check I'm not covering up the pictures. I am. Let's move me over there. That looks fake to me. I wouldn't buy that. That's sad. Like
And
she
kind of
said.
beat up, and it was still pretty expensive, and I returned it. And since then, I've almost regretted that, because I just love that bag. I am sentimental, I guess. I guess it's nostalgic is probably a better word. And I love just when something like really means something to me. Remember Paris Hilton had that bag, Jessica Simpson, that was the height of J-Lo, Jenny
That's when I wanted it, I think, when they were going around with them.
from the block. That was when I was still getting a lot of magazines. And so I've always wished that I could have some of these bags. And then my friend Madison Payne here on YouTube is the one that said, Lisa, because we had talked about this collection before. She's a handbag friend. And she said, that collection's coming back out.
She's a what?
Collection before. She's a handbag friend. And
So what do you have? Handbag friends and shoe friends and boot friends, and do you have any friends? Probably not.
she said, that collection's coming back out. Immediately, I messaged my Louis Vuitton rep in Soho, and I told him, I want one of each. I want a black one and a white one. And then not much time later, maybe 3 weeks or a month, because this was months ago, he
Not much time later.
sent me the catalog so that I could pick out what I wanted. I chose 12 items. And then when it, got closer and closer to crunch time, I had to narrow it down because they are being...
I should fucking think you'd have to narrow it down. 12 bags. It's not the Argos Christmas catalogue. You're not ringing things and hoping Santa will bring you one.
very, very specific. And
You've seen all the shit on the fucking thing at the end of the bed. I don't know what she calls it. It's not a chaise longue. It's a... What is it? It's not a settee either. Anyway, that's just another dumping ground for shit, isn't it? All the places she's got to store stuff, and she shoves it on that.
I kind of experienced this with Rolex. And I just remembered I'm not wearing earrings, but...
Really? Nobody gives a fuck about your earrings. Your hair covers your ears.
My ears don't even show. So this is going to be kind of a casual video because I'm upset over the fires in California. I am.
Oh, really? Are you? Where are we? When did this go up? 1 day ago? The 18th of January. It's taken you to the 18th of January to be upset.
And I typically don't even touch on these subjects. And I do think that we all come here to YouTube for a getaway. And this is my job. So I decided to go ahead and proceed with this video. But just know it is weighing heavy on my heart. And plus, there's so much to say with this video that is deeper. I kind of get anxiety. So we're going to just take it one little sentence at a time here. Okay.
There's so much to say in my video, I get anxiety. Really? The fuck?
So going back to kind of like when I got my Rolex, the Tiffany blue face one, I remember that was when Rolex was, you could not buy one. And you had to tell the guy exactly like your dream version. You couldn't just say, oh, I'll take whatever you get, or I want to see whatever you get. It had to be a particular one. And that's how this was because it's first come, first serve. So, okay, there's the background on the collection. And then another part of this story is because I was just planning on ordering it and, you know, having it shipped here like I have done with him many times before. So we're going to do like we always do, where I tell you what I wore, what I bought, what I did, and what I ate as a carnivore in New York and where I stayed because I stayed at my
Where I stayed!
first really nice place in New York this time. And I feel like that was kind of a bit of a moment for me and just a real change. Okay.
So what are you saying? All the other places that you stayed was shit?
I want to talk about another thing that really added to this whole experience. And I don't mean this in a like woo-woo type way, but manifestation. You guys, I feel like everything that has ever happened in my life good, including meeting John and having my children and everything, I have manifested in that you keep your eyes on the prize, you make tiny decisions every day, and it moves you closer to those things.
Oh, go fuck yourself. If you're new here, welcome. Just know that I think this manifesting bollocks is a whole load of shite, and the only people that believe in it are people that have blessed lives.
That you dream of and want. And
I can't dream. If you can see it, you can be it. Well, I can't see fuck all. So what do I do? I can't manifest it.
these things happen in their own time and in so many different ways. And I talk about stuff like this more on my membership channel if you ever want to get into stuff.
Yeah, $25 a month to hear you talk bollocks. Yeah, I'm running all the way.
Like this, I will put that link down below. But I think I told you that when I got that jade ring from my parents for Christmas, it was something that I had seen years before that. And then my parents ended up finding that ring and I loved it. Well, I've also told you that I've kind of gotten re-interested, if that's a word, in vintage shopping. I just, over the Christmas holidays, I really found some good girls that do vintage shopping and it's always intrigued me. Matter of fact, this blazer I have on today, I showed you in my Friday haul that you have probably already seen, but this is the Dolce & Gabbana blazer that I bought from eBay. And it fits perfectly. I can't wear like a t-shirt. I've actually got that Pumi top that I showed you on Friday's video under it. So therefore it fits and I just love it. I love it. There's just something so fabulous about vintage, especially designer fashion. So
So now no shops are safe.
always wanted a real vintage fur coat. And so I've been looking for vintage Levi's. So that is what really drew me to going into, oh my gosh, you guys, I've been in one of the worst experiences was going in my Goodwill that is right outside of
fuck off and leave Goodwill the fuck alone. Look at her looking down her nose at it. Do you know why people shop in Goodwill, Lisa? Because they can't afford to dress, heat the house and feed the family. Do you ever understand what these... There should be a sign on a door. You know the beepy alarms when you've nicked something? Victoria Wood used to say that they went off when she went into Topshop because her hips were too wide and she shouldn't be shopping there. There should be an alarm when the likes of her gets to Goodwill or any good fucking second-hand shops. Fuck off with all your money and leave the bargains to the people who need the fucking bargains. Look at I can't. The fucking face on it. Oh my God, I went into a cheap shop. It was awful.
One of the highest end neighborhoods that's here. It was very sad.
I'm sorry, you look like a bag lady. No wonder they let you in.
I cannot believe I can't handle that place better, but I don't know the whole workings of it, so I shouldn't judge. But it was...
I can't believe that people what, Lisa? What can't you believe?
Outside of one of the highest end neighborhoods that's here. It was very sad. I cannot believe I can't handle that place better, but I don't know the whole workings of it, so I shouldn't judge. But
So you were taking pictures of the shoes and sending it to people and, oh my gosh, look at the state of this shop. Oh my gosh, how do people shop in here? And people wonder why I fucking hate this woman.
it was not there was nothing in there that made you want to hunt at all. So, okay, hold on. I'm going to find my...
There was nothing in there that made you want to hunt. Vile. You are fucking vile.
exact place I want to start here. Okay, so I set out of here on a Monday. Looks like it was December 30th. And I thought today I'm going to give it a good try. I'm going to go to all the thrift stores up here in my area that are nicer. They're not, curated with all expensive things like in big cities or anything, but they're nice thrift stores. They are places that I have taken things before. One of them donates to the women's shelter. One of them is a good friend of mine that I met when Brooke was in dance. And the other one is one that I have taken so much stuff to when we moved. So I set out.
Oh, did you? Really? Funny how you never mentioned it at the time.
I went to one, didn't find anything. Then I went across the street. Then I went to the other one. And each one I went to, I noticed it was getting better and better, more organized, more just, it fed me enough to want to keep going. Then I stopped at the third one.
It fed you enough to want to keep going. What does that sentence say about you? You're going in there looking for a bargain, picking up things that people can't afford to buy at full price when you can.
And I'm going to put this picture in here. I walked in and there it was hanging, a fur coat. And it is just like the one that I have seen so many times. And I have probably posted this picture on Lauren Hutton back in probably, if I had to say, it's probably in the 70s, and $50, you guys. So I had the lady at the front take a picture of me wearing it.
Look at me, look at me, look at me in my cheap fur coat. Aren't I clever? I got it at a discount. Do I have to finish this video? She's making my blood boil. Look at that fucking stupid face on her. Bless me. Right, let's see if that makes it any bigger. Big fucking gormless face. No, it don't.
And then I was so excited that I messaged my parents, because I've told you that my parents have always been into antiques, to vintage stuff, vintage jewelry. My mom had given me 2 of her old vintage. One of them has a fur collar, another one's a fur. And that had just happened, a couple of weeks before that. And I stopped by there and I was just buzzing on the inside. I was so happy. So that day, the Louis Vuitton guy had invited me to a Louis Vuitton event, a pop-up shop party type thing for this collection. And I just went out of town to New York in
And
December. So I was a little hesitant, and I never want to be like with John and everything. He did not want to go. I don't want to be a brat. I don't want to be, I want to do all the right things. So I get in there with my parents. I can't
I want to do all the right things. I get in there with my parents. Why are you still fucking consulting your parents?
believe how beautiful this coat is. I just got this ring, and there was that manifested moment. Me with the ring I wanted with that coat, that the picture I sent my mom. And then here is this bag collection coming back out of nowhere that I always wanted. And then I get invited to a Louis Vuitton event and party. And like all these things were happening. And my parents were like, go, go. I would go, and my dad said, go up Friday. And the collection dropped on Friday, but my event that I was invited to was on Saturday. And I kept asking him, does it better my chances of getting something if I come up there? And he said, well, it probably would, because you would be right here. So I asked him for hotel suggestions, and he said that a close one was, let's see, I always forget the name. I always want to say Oxford. Okay, the Crosby Hotel on Crosby Street. So I called John and I asked him, could I go? And then that night we made flight arrangements for me to get there that day and come home that Sunday. I let my Louis Vuitton guy know, and I was off. So
I asked John, could I go? Who fucking believes that?
let's see what I wore to. Oh gosh, and I had so much
How come you're allowed to go on your own this time, but you weren't allowed to go on your own last time?
fun watching what people wear in New York, because I really wanted to be warm, for one thing, because I knew it was going to be in the 30s. I knew I was going to be walking, and I've just really been through a deep dive into my style and the things
You do that every fucking year. You throw everything out and buy all new, and then the following year you're not a sweatshirt and dunks type of person. You're a fucking high heel shoes and fur coat sort of person. Oh, I'm not that, I'm this. Oh, I'm not that, I'm this. We're sick of it, Lisa. You're worse than a fucking toddler. A toddler knows what they like. You don't. Clueless.
I want to change this year. And I've already shown you this girl, but this is just me all the way with the fur coat and the black pants. So I just had the best time packing. Okay, I got down all of my hats. You'll see here. Ended up, the only hat I took was my new Gucci one that I got from Gucci when I went with John. And then here, I'm trying to get to me. Okay, here's me packing. So I really had a good time
Here's me packing. Here's me trying on my clothes. Here's me standing here. Here's me standing there.
too, because I had a couple of days. Instead of usually having one day to pack like I typically do, I decided to take 2 big suitcases and not overpack. So I took my new fur. I took
Why are you laying your clothes on the floor? So does that mean you're going to wear those trousers with those boots and that coat and fuck all else?
my Express trousers, I always want to say schutz, but my Quince boots. you guys. Just keep Quint's boots in your mind. I also asked my friend Kelly from Mommy's Makeup and Moscato about what handbag I should take. And she said I would take a
What pants should I pack? Should I wear a bra? Do I need a bobble for my hair? How fucking old are you?
crossbody because then you can have hands free and they won't be cold and all that stuff. I was like, yes, you're right. Because I was going to take like one of my newer bags I had just gotten. So I took this little, I'm not sure of the name. It's the Louis Vuitton bag that's kind of like a trunk and it has the black strap and it's so beautiful because it has the gold chain. So when you're wearing it crossbody, it really looks beautiful. It adds a lot to your outfit. I took some new jeans that I told you guys about. Where are they? They're right here. Hold on. Okay, these are the ones I just got from Banana Republic. And I did order these are the 26, but they run big, which was perfect. So I did order the 25 because I also had gotten smart and decided to, instead of wearing hose underneath my pants to keep me warm, I wore my NYC leggings. If any of you have gotten those, you know that they are basically seamless. They're thin and they're so comfortable. So I took those and I wore them like the whole time. The whole way there, the whole time there, and the whole way back. I also took my Zara wool coat that I had just shown you. I took my
Anyone bored fucking rigid yet? And I took, and I took, and I took, and I took. We don't fucking care. How about you took your family on a trip?
black Hoka sneakers for emergencies. And then I ended up taking my Uggs too, my black Uggs, just in case. For jackets, I took a Zara leopard. I took my new fur, which I'm so excited about. And I took, okay, the black jacket. And I took my big Louis Vuitton carry-all. Is that what it's called? It's like a giant Speedy. I think it's a 45. And yeah, so that's what I took. Okay. And then for my tops underneath, okay, I'm kind of going through this because it was perfection. I did, if I must say so myself, I did everything right with this trip. And that does not happen with me very often. So I took 2 Pumi tops. Remember, they're double layered, they're form fitting, just the perfect layering piece. Then I took 3 black cashmere sweaters. One was from Anthropologie. I'll list everything below. One from Quince and one from Reformation. Okay, so here is, oh, and I took my cashmere socks from Quince and I took some other socks. But I'll tell you, I wore those cashmere socks. They were the most comfortable and I was not cold. So here's Sassy getting in my suitcases. And here's me the next morning with my base layer of the NYC and the Pumi.
Your mission, if you accept it. Dun, 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 dun.
And this is what I wore. The flight left at 7, so I had to be at the airport by 6. Just loved my outfit so much. I'd had a blowout before I left, so I didn't have to take any hair products. I just kept putting oil in my hair, brushing it out, and I went for it. You can see it was still dark when John took me to the airport. And then I had a wonderful flight. I did not even need. I also took my J. Crew oversized cashmere wrap. And I'm telling you, that thing is begging for mercy because I don't know if there's a day that goes by that I don't use that wrap. I just love it. I sleep with it every night. I take it with me. But I took my coat off on the plane. It was just an hour and 15 minute straight flight. I did have to fly American. I prefer Delta, but American had a much cheaper flight, even first class, and was a straight
So you went first class, did you?
flight and was early. Delta had none of those. Okay, then here I am coming in New York and says it was 32. The first day was not that cold, actually. I go through the airport. I notice they've got all the Christmas stuff still up. Here's this cat I saw in the airport. I told her if I had my cat out here, I would either be bleeding from head to toe, there would be no cat at the end of my leash, or it would be up in the air like a helicopter. I just cannot imagine. Bubba is the only one I can imagine being able to take somewhere. And this is something I couldn't wait to tell you too. Those same guys were at the airport going, taxi, want a taxi, need a taxi? And I was wise this time.
How has she lived this long, being that dumb?
Walked out the door. I told them no. Walked out the door, looked to my left, and there were all the taxis. So just a nice taxi ride to my airport. Sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear all the dogs barking, but they are having a little fun festival out there. Got in the taxi, enjoyed my ride, and
You didn't have a ride to the airport. You had a ride to the hotel.
got to the hotel. Gosh, here it is, New York, Soho. And this is the Crosby Hotel. And you guys, I immediately go in, check in. My room wasn't ready. And I get them to hold my bags. And then I tell them I'm going to go eat breakfast in the restaurant. So she goes.
I tell them to hold my bags. I'm going to go and eat breakfast. Who do you think you are?
And sits me by the window. And I order eggs and bacon like I always do and my Diet Coke. And then the madness started. I got a text from my Louis Vuitton rep and he said, I'm sending you a link. I'm telling you, it was like being in some kind of heist. He said, I'm going to send you the link. You need to pay for it immediately. It's first come, first serve. Now, if you're familiar with this whole launch at all, it has been sketchy. Nothing was available on the website. I looked early that morning. I got up at 4.
You're saying Louis Vuitton is sketchy? Mm-hmm.
And they're still just, stock is still just trickling in. So it's like you're lucky for what you get. So he sent me the link to pay for it. And you guys, first I couldn't get a connection because I didn't have a room number yet to hook on.
Why can you never fucking fathom anything out when you're away from home? Or away from John, should I say?
To the hotel. Then they text me and tell me they've got my room ready. So then I get on their internet. Then I step outside. My breakfast is getting cold. And I finally just said to him, I kept trying to pay for it and it kept saying processing, processing. I wouldn't doubt if their system was just getting overloaded. And so I said, well, can I just come to the store and pay for it? And he said, yes, but you'll have to give me the card at the front door. I was like, oh my gosh. So I go give them my big bag, my travel bag, and I tell them I'll be back. And I head out in an Uber, which was not the thing to do. I could have walked there like 3 times quicker, but I didn't know exactly where I was yet. And so here is where I walk in and I message him and I say, I'm here. And he says, are you at the pop-up or the main store? And so I take this picture. He comes up the stairs and I haven't seen him. I met him when I went there with Zara a couple of years ago. And this is a similar circumstance. And so he took my card, went downstairs, paid for it. I took a little bit of footage here for you guys just to see all of the, little accessories and everything.
Oh,
But
that's so kind of you. For all of us that couldn't go there, you took a few pictures of all the things that we can't buy. Condescending fucking witch.
it wasn't crazy yet. It was just pretty calm. Here's my outfit I wore that I loved. Here are some of the bags. And I knew I had an appointment the next day at 11 o'clock. And I knew
That looks like a little teddy bear or something, looking sideways through the handle. No idea what's on there. I do like them, though.
I had an appointment the next day at 11 o'clock. I was his first appointment at the pop-up shop. And so I went ahead and paid for those 2 bags. And then
What 2 bags?
you could buy the shoes. So I looked at the shoes. I tried on the
Oh, they're
heels.
cute.
I tried on the kind of like dad sandals. And did I try on anything else? I kind of just decided neither one of those fit my foot very well. I do like the sneakers, but I've told you that how I feel about sneakers lately, and I do have sneakers that I love, so I wasn't having that warm fuzzy feeling about the sneakers. And
Oh, you weren't having a warm fuzzy feeling. Are we halfway?
so I told him, I said, I am going to just see you tomorrow. Before I left, I did purchase a belt. I don't know if I took a picture. Yes, they had the belt in the black and in the white. And it wasn't crazy expensive. I've definitely paid
It wasn't crazy expensive, so it was expensive though.
more for belts. And I thought the black one would look good in the summer with just denim, sandals, and a white tank top. So that was my plan.
Who did you see wearing that? Was that in the catalogue?
And with that. And then I figured, shoot, I'm already out. Oh, and they got me a Diet Coke. They were so nice to me that day. They were, I mean, not.
They fucking will be, Lisa, you moron. You're spending money.
They were nice to everybody, but I really just had the best day. So, okay, yeah, here's me trying on the shoes. And then I walk out, and right next door is the pop up shop. I had not seen it because, the Uber had just dropped me off right there at the front door. So I got a
That's where you asked him to. Blame. I didn't see it because it would just drop me off there at the front door. That's what they do, you fuckwit.
little taste of what is to come the next day. And then, okay, we'll go into my shopping agenda. When I go out of town, I will usually have something in my mind that I want and something like a challenge. Well, what I've been really wanting to do is get back to my minimal aesthetic.
Which part of you is minimal?
Just chic style that I've always had. I've always loved black boots. I've always loved blazers. I've always loved sweaters. I've never really been a big sneaker girl. And I want to just kind of reel it back in. And we'll talk about it further in another video.
Oh, I can't
So
wait.
black boots were on my radar.
You've got black boots. How many more black boots do you need?
Going to show you like the hero products, because if you watch my videos, you're going to be seeing everything, and I really haven't tried everything on or worn everything. So there are some products in here that I feel so strongly about that I would rather spend more time on those. For instance, these boots. These are by Kate, and you guys know I love the elongated toe. Sometimes I like pointed, but I had been looking at these. And now that I'm traveling more and I'm going to colder places,
I'm sorry, they're fugly. Looks like a bird's beak.
realize I need to wear socks. So I didn't know what
Oh, at 50 fucking 5, she realises she needs to wear socks.
size to order. So this was the first place that I went.
You didn't know what size to order. The same size as your fucking feet, Lisa.
And I bought these boots, and I had a real nice guy helping me, and I did still end up with size 38. So I would say your true size is what you should get if you want these. Look at the back of them. Oh my gosh, they are fabulous. They remind me of my good old rag and bone boots that I have worn to death, and I really have gotten to where I like.
Have you worn them to death, though? You have that many pairs of fucking shoes and boots and sneakers. It's a wonder you get to wear any of them at any point. Ooh, I've got a visitor. I will catch you in a bit. Had a visit from Jed and a chat. Got away from Lisa, so I didn't break the computer. And we're back.
It when a boot looks like you've worn it. I just think when you see someone and their clothes look worn, not worn out, but worn. And they look very comfortable. And everything just, it doesn't look so try hard. You know what I mean? I just really want to get back to that place where I really, really, really wear my clothes. But in order to do
But you are try hard, so you'll never get to that place, will you? Because you're always trying to be something that you're not.
that, you have to find comfortable things. These are so comfortable. So on my mind,
For how long? Seeing as though you say everything's comfortable, how long? Are they walking boots, going out for dinner boots, sitting down boots, shopping boots? What are they?
was finding boots that were comfortable, and I wanted to try different price points because these are quite an investment. So one of the places I went on Saturday night, and when I say Saturday night, I had no plans to really stay out past dark, but this just kind of happened. I went in the store, and by the time I tried on, I'm serious, I tried on so many boots and so many pants and so many jeans there. By the time I tried them all on, it was getting dark, and we had made sure that John had my location so he could track me just in case something were to happen. And he messaged me, "Where are you?" And luckily, my hotel was like right on the next street. So these are from Schutz, and they are a similar look. I will not say they're just the same. They are a fraction of the price. They're still not cheap, but I wore these all day Sunday. I headed out early because I woke up like at 4, 5, 4 something and 5 something every morning there. And I wanted to get out early. I wanted to get my parents' bagels. We'll get into that. But I wore these all day, and they were so comfortable. And they are from Schutz, and I will link these below. But the true winner is the boots from Quince. You guys, these boots were so comfortable. And this is probably the first time I've ever come back from a vacation and my feet did not hurt. There is nothing, they were not
Vacation. You call that a vacation?
red. There wasn't a mark. I wasn't swollen. Just perfection. Better than sneakers. And one thing, I was telling my mom about this, one thing I really noticed when I was wearing them, either under jeans or under my black pants, I love the way they looked. And there is something about the heel size and the way these wear that gives you a really good walk, a good gait, a good momentum to your step. You're not trying to hold on to a shoe, all of those things. I mean,
These are the type of conversations that you have with your mum, really. I wonder if her mum gets as bored as we do.
5 stars, 10 stars, however, not one single thing I can say about them. One thing that was funny is I noticed, you can see it here, I noticed something on my shoe. I had not taken off the daggone, there was like a plastic ring around them. And you can see here, they are kind of rubbery on the bottom, right here. Oh my gosh, the best. The best. So that is something that I really think you should get. So anyway, went to Kate, got the boots, love them. Then I went, I've been getting into the Japanese denim and just trying new things. I don't know if I'm really going to like it, but this is what I do, and this is my interest and my passion. So I went to this place. Matter of fact, the guy at Kate, I think, told me about it, and it's a place called R45 that does Japanese denim. I talked to them there about why Japanese denim is different, what makes it more expensive, all of those things. And I did buy a pair of jeans, so I'll be wearing those. Then I was getting so many compliments on my coat. I mean, so many compliments. And a guy told me, I said, I found it vintage from a thrift store. And so he told me about this thrift store. Oh, what is it called? I'll see it later on. I'll put an annotation down here. But this was one of those where they have buyers that go out and find good things. So it wasn't real cheap in here. It was just really good vintage stuff. So I looked at the fur coats, nothing I wanted, but I did get a pair of European vintage Levi's 501s. I actually tried on, I would say 5 pair because a lot of them had been
Pairs! How many more fucking times?
altered in some way, and I found a really good pair. So they call it the Genius Bar, and you give them your size and they pull out all the ones so that you can pick something that you like. Okay, then I headed out of there and went back to the hotel, checked in, got my room key, and this is my room, you guys. Words cannot express the beauty of this hotel. I felt so at home here with the staff, with the look of the hotel. It was just so beautiful. I took so many pictures because I just wanted to send so many to my mom and dad. It's the biggest, nicest hotel I've ever stayed in New York, and the location couldn't be better, and the food was amazing. So here's the bathroom. Okay, so for that afternoon, I switched into my Zara coat that I took with me. I put on my sunglasses and headed out again. And I think I put on my Hoka black sneakers just because I brought them. The boots were more comfortable. I'm not even kidding. The boots were more comfortable than the sneakers. Then I went to Acne Studios. And I'll go ahead and show you what I got at Acne Studios. I got one pair of jeans. I had the nicest guy and the nicest girl helping me. I tried on this is not like me, but I vowed to myself that I was going to try some stuff on. I tried on probably, I don't know, 6 or 8 pair of jeans. I ended up getting some that
I just can't with this woman. I really can't. I swear she does it just to wind me up because she knows I react to them. I'm not going to say pears. Why should I?
You'll see me wearing on Sunday. And then the girl working there had on these boots. Now, this is another boot that I had been looking at online and didn't know what size to get. Hers were worn in, and it just had that, I don't know, it really had a cool factor to it. And she told
All you're saying is I buy shit and don't wear it, but I'm a fashionista and fashion is my passion. How is it if you don't fucking use the stuff you buy?
me that she wears them to work all the time. So I haven't worn these yet. I told my friend Tracy I was going to wear them today so that I could tell her what were the most comfortable ones out of these or the Kate boots. And these say Acne Studios, Stockholm, made in Italy at the top. But you know something that I did that I haven't ever really done a lot, probably because of where I live? I'm not used to putting a full boot up under a pair of pants, but it felt good. And I think it does make you feel warmer, especially because I had my cashmere socks and then I had my leggings down. So had a really good time in Acne Studios. And even look at these sneakers.
What's that fucking face?
It felt good. And I think it does make you feel warmer, especially because I had my cashmere socks and then I had my leggings down. So had a really good time in Acne Studios. And even look at these sneakers.
What is that face about?
I did not like that. So then I left there
What didn't you
and
like?
had a
Sorry, I've
really
missed
good
it.
time in Acne Studios. And even look at these sneakers. I did not like that. So then I left there.
I did not like what? I do not like green eggs and ham.
And I think I just went, went right back to the hotel and went downstairs for dinner.
I'm sorry, look at that picture. Those clothes are hanging off you, Lisa. Have cake.
All of my meals I ate at the hotel, and I loved it. The first day, I sat at the window towards the back. Then I discovered this window right beside the road, the street, and I loved that. It was cold sitting there because you could feel like the cold air coming in, but it was worth it. Look at this, how beautiful this dining room is. I got a cheeseburger with bacon and a fried egg. This is a go-to for me when I'm out of town. I will get a big breakfast, and then typically I will get a burger with a fried egg and bacon because the steaks are expensive and I don't eat any sides and they don't fill me up. Like, say I order a filet and it comes out and it's this big with nothing on it and I have nothing else to eat. I'm starving. So that's why I have people ask me a lot why I don't get steaks. That's why. This, plus, is so good. You guys can tell how good it is. So I
Can
sat
we tell?
here, then I go upstairs, look at this lamp. Okay, this is sentimental to me too because, I used to sew and I always loved dress forms. I don't know if you've been with me from the beginning, you probably remember me having a black dress form. I can't remember my other one, but I used to use them for my website. Back when I used to sell a lot of jewelry, I would use them for the pictures and I've just always loved them. And I had a dress form on my business card when I used to sew, when I used to make handbags and window treatments. So they had this lamp. And then when I turned it on, it was red and it turned the whole room red. It was such a vibe. And I called down to the front to see if they sold them. And they do on their website, but they're out. I put, to notify me. And then I
You want a red light in your bedroom? Okay. I lived in a flat, here we go, in Cricklewood. It was like top of the house. There was two of us right at the top and I was at the front and there was a girl behind me. And mine, you walked in the door, there was a bedroom, bathroom, and then the sitting room and the kitchen. It was really small, but it was cosy and I loved it. But they had red plastic Venetian blinds on the window. So every time I put the light on in the sitting room, it shone a red light in the street. And it was like, fuck, if it was just the fact of changing a bulb, that would have been great. But it was like, no, it's the treatments they've got. So I never put the big light on in the sitting room because it was like, no, don't want weirdos shouting up at my window.
went to bed. The first night I went to bed, here's the lamp. Oh my gosh, it's $951. Wow. This was a high-end hotel and I tried to sleep with this red light on because it was just so cool, but in the middle of the night I had to cut it off.
How old are you?
You see, I took my Victoria's Secret pajamas. I took this black sleep mask I think is from Sleep and Glow. And then my J. Crew wrap, I slept with it there. And here's the dress form they had in the room. And then, let's see, oh, I did try on my jeans that night. They had left me a note in the room. It was just beautiful. Here's me trying on my boots I got that night. And I do step by step send my parents pictures of everything. So the next morning I got up early, went.
So you're sending your parents pictures all the time. Here I am going to the toilet. Here I am washing my hands. I'm brushing my teeth, Mummy. Look, I'm brushing.
Downstairs at 5:56, took my Diet Coke down there, and the restaurant didn't open until 7. She said, but you can go in our something something room and we can cater it to you in there. I was like, oh, no. I'll wait till the restaurant opens. So I went in there and I was just amazed at the decor, the design of that room. Come to find out, the owner of this hotel is a designer. So I was sending
No shit.
so many pictures to my mom and my friend Tracy, who's
I'd love that table. Anyone who knows anything about autism knows it's one of the symbols for autism. And I've got a jigsaw piece necklace that I had made by someone on Etsy years ago. But that table's
is
cool.
a designer. So I was sending so many pictures
Like
to my
that.
mom and my friend Tracy, who's a designer. And oh my gosh, it's just beautiful. They still had the Christmas tree up. So I ended up.
When did she go there? Just because you take the Christmas tree down on fucking Boxing Day doesn't mean everywhere else does. There's the 12 days of fucking Christmas.
Getting to know the girl and the guy at the front. You could go in this room and get coffee and tea early. So I sat in there for a while and just caught up with my email, texted everybody, caught up with everybody. Okay, here it is. It was 26 degrees in Soho that morning. at $6.29. And then I'm looking at here at the desk.
It's less than that in my bedroom sometimes. What's your point?
They have these little animals that you can buy that are made from the spare fabrics from the hotel. Because I wanted something to take with me, like a little memento to, add to my home decor. And the designer's name is actually Kit Kemp. And I ended up buying one of her books. And hold on, let me get it. Okay, so here it is. When I got out of breakfast, they had it wrapped up for me in here. She said this was their most popular one, Shop Kit Kent, and it is Every Room Tells a Story.
Kemp, not Kent.
And you guys know how I feel about that. I really feel like you should make your home reflect you. Have
Cold and sterile. Yeah, it does.
it's easy to get caught up on the latest trends. It kind of goes back to,
That's what you do.
like I always say, there's such a correlation between your fashion and your home because both of them are going to look better if you put your personal touch. And I do think that Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and everything else can kind of water down our style. And we'll get into that later. So I got that.
Oh, I don't want to start a conversation on that because I can charge $25 for that.
And then I noticed when I went up to the Christmas tree, here were some more dress forms all over the Christmas tree. And so I went and commented, do you sell those dress forms? And she said, oh, I don't know if we have any more. We were giving those as a welcome gift in December. And this guy that was there at the front too said, I think we have some more left. Let me go downstairs and look. Look what he brought me. The dress form was on the tree. I'm telling you, this trip was so fabulous and I will stay there if I can afford it. I am sure it is going to be crazy expensive, like during Fashion Week. And I don't know if I'll be able to, but I hope so.
You don't actually go to Fashion Week, so what? Go the week before or the week after.
Because I felt so at home here. I loved everyone. I loved the food. I loved the room. I mean, here's me on the sofa. I just felt so at ease. So then I go get my breakfast and oh my God, look at this. They kept putting this on my plate even though I said no sides. It's some kind of hash brown thing, but look how crispy and good it looks. Oh my gosh. Then I go upstairs and it's pop-up time day. I have an appointment at 11. I texted him, am I going to have to wait in line? And he said, no, if you're right there at 11, I'll be there to let you in. Well, I did wait in line.
Oh my God, am I going to have to wait in line? I don't like queues.
A little bit because I got there a little bit early, but I walked there very quickly. Enjoyed talking to all the people in the line, and then they had us wait in one line if you had an appointment and one line if you didn't. So I was very thankful I had an appointment. And let's see, here it is. And you can see what I have on. I have on my Quince boots, my new jeans.
God, I wish people didn't have hearing problems. I would do her on double speed every time. Her on normal speed is just so fucking slow, and I'm sick of listening to, and I wore this and I wore that. We don't care.
Jeans that I got at Banana Republic, my Zara jacket,
Can't even see
my J. Crew oversized wrap, and gloves, cashmere gloves that I got last year. I can't remember where I got them from. Maybe Anthropologie, but little note I made to self is I need full gloves because even my little fingers, I will just have to take my hand out if I want to text. So here I am waiting there. I kind of got in a little alcove to wait in line and I took pictures of inside the window. These are old bags that are in pristine shape or condition. I don't know if they were theirs or if they found them, but these bags are from the old collection. Here's the other side of the street, the line. And then
Oh, here's the other side of the street.
I was the first one in the building for the pop-up shop. So I got to take all kinds of good pictures, without a lot of other people falling victim.
Other people. God, we can't have other people in the shop while you're there, can we?
My photos. So here are some of the old ones from the first collection, and everybody's, yeah, and a little story about them. And even this one with the fringe. Oh my gosh. When I saw it, I thought it was going to be in the new collection, but it's not. So you see how everything was like done
I like. Oh,
around
sorry.
them, and you can
I like that mirror thing or whatever it is.
some of the old ones from the first collection, and everybody's, yeah, and little story about them. And even this one with the fringe. Oh my gosh. When I saw it, I thought it was going to be in the new collection, but it's not. So you see how
That. I love that. That's really pretty.
everything was like done up. And this is my essay. His name is Jerry. And he has, from the moment I met him, all I bought was a belt that day that I was there. But he has kept in contact with me. I've since then bought like that mermaid looking cousin bag. And I'm not sure what else. I think some other stuff. But this is the thing. I was going to buy a key, like a card holder, because Brooke wants mine. She doesn't want a new one. She wants mine. So I was going to buy a card holder. I also said I might buy like a mini Speedy or a Pushette or something like that. They had nothing. They were opening up boxes still, and some people were not able to get anything. So I just went, I walked through here, took pictures
What were the two things that she had to pay for?
for you guys. Look at even the wallpaper was in this print. We walked over to the main shop. I went up to the men's section and he showed me my bags. So I'm going to put my
Oh, right.
unboxing in here. So I got the East West bag. I will put the exact names down
That's
below in
cute.
the white. And then I got the Speedy in the black. The reason I chose the Speedy in the black, and I told him I wanted two, since I only was hoping to get two bags, I wanted two very user-friendly bags. And I've always, Speedy is just, that is what Louis Vuitton, that was my first bag. John bought that for me. I just love my Speedy. I'll never get rid of it. Then I talked to the lady that was painting, and she does it with the, hard trunks, and I wasn't getting one. So then you, according to how many or how much you spent, you got these coins to take next door to the pop-up shop and put them in this machine. And the best thing you could get in there was like some type of little Japanese toy, or I don't know, it was some kind of little toy. But I ended up getting two stickers, which was fine for me. She recorded me. You see me here drinking water. As much as I always talk about drinking Diet Coke, and I do, when I'm shopping, whenever they offer me a water, I take it, because I do think that is a key to feeling good when you're out of town, is just keep on drinking water. And they always have good
That's a key to feeling good when you're out of town, is drinking water. Really?
water. So then I set out and I did a little bit more shopping that day. Oh, you know what I did? Because it was so cold, I decided to get an Uber and I went to Bergdorf. And of course, I missed my SA Maria there again, but she had me set up with someone. I looked at everything. I tried on boots. I tried on all kinds of stuff. She showed me the new Louis or the new Dior collection. Nothing really got me. And I did get one pair of jeans from Les Gens that I will wear soon to show you. I walked down the street a little bit. Those same guys were out there, you guys, with their CD asking for money. The exact same guys. I cannot believe. I mean, I can't believe it, but I did not fall for it today. And look at Louis Vuitton. Does it tell me exactly where it was? Right there across from the new building. So I guess, is that Midtown? And they were just waiting out there. And you guys, it was so cold. It was so cold. Let me see. It was Midtown East, 33 degrees, but feels like 15. And it was so much colder in the city than it was in Soho. So I did not feel good there. I did not. I am a Soho girl. That's just where I feel the best. That's what I enjoy. So what I was saying is I got an Uber out of Midtown and came back to the hotel and got lunch at my favorite table. Here's my bag. It looks so pretty. And just people watched. Here's my burger. And I had already
Yak. If I'm not mistaken, it's very pink.
Cut it up. Sorry, that isn't as appetizing looking. Then I headed back out and I went to Chanel, didn't get anything. Then I went to Schutz, got the boots, including a pair of brown ones. Here, let me show you. These dark, dark brown, very comfortable. Haven't worn these yet. And I did get just an 8 in these.
So you know they're very comfortable, but you haven't worn them yet.
Would try every boot you see. I tried on an 8 and an 8.5 just to see if I could wear them and had room for socks. So I had a really good time in there, went back to my hotel. It was 29. And let's see, got up the next morning at, let's see, I was downstairs by 6:12, sat around a little bit, wore the other new Schutz boots, wore my new Acne Studios jeans, and here's my breakfast. And then I had an agenda. I put my hat on this day. My wool Gucci hat, loved it. Gloves, scarf, the whole thing. I got them. Checkout time was 12, but I was leaving at 9:23. And I just had them hold my luggage and I set out and I wanted to, I had stopped at Aritzia the day before and gotten 2 pair of jeans and tried them on Saturday night and didn't like them.
Pears.
So I took those back. I ended up getting the pants I have on. I'll put an outfit picture in here because they are perfect. I sized up to a 6 so that they would drape down over my shoes. And I got their heavyweight black sweatpants. And then I had a credit. And I was waiting for the stores to open. Most opened at 11, but the real store I wanted to go to was the YSL, the St. Laurent store, and it didn't open until 12. So I exchanged those. I went to, yay, this is what it was.
Exchanged what? What is she fucking talking about? I can't keep up with her.
I went to, let's see, Grabenstein's Bagels. This is the place that I bought my bagels for my parents last year or last time in the fall at Fashion Week, and they were so good. So I wanted to go back there. And so I went there and got bagels. This gentleman that was there let me sit with him and just drink a Diet Coke and hang out in the warmth until some places were open. And then I went to Reformation and got some pants. And then I stood in line behind this beautiful girl. Look at how long her
Does she know you're taking pictures of her and putting it up on your fucking YouTube?
hair is. Oh my gosh. At YSL. And I proceeded to try on boots. And then I bought another bag. I've been so into like the whole black bags with gold hardware. And when I walked in, I was going in to look at boots and I saw this bag and it just was so beautiful that I had to have it. And I had never heard of this bag. I'm sure all of you know what it is and I'm just behind the times. Okay, and here it is. Is that not a beautiful, beautiful bag? And I believe the name of it is the Manhattan bag. And one thing that makes this one special is it's the box leather. And it's a little bit, they don't have it on the website. It's a little bit of a bigger size. It has the top handle, and then you can adjust this if you want to put it over your arm. So I think it has that vintage vibe and that very classic chic look to it. And I love that it's not just so popular. You know, I'm just finding the more I get around more and more fashion, the more I appreciate not having the bag or the shoes, you know what I mean. And then I did end up getting, I might as well show you. And then I did end up getting these boots. I asked her about comfortable boots, and this girl just.
I like that. Has it got a thing on the inside of the heel? That's cute. You'll never wear these boots. You'll complain about they're too pointy and they're too tight and you can't walk in them and they'll get given away or put on your website in a fortnight.
Her whole vibe was what I wanted. And she said that she wears these for hours, out to dinner and everything. I'm not expecting to walk the city in these, but I mean, look at the heel with the YSL. And I loved the color. And when I put them on, they just fit like a glove with my socks on, all the things. So by this point, it was time to go. I did not have much time. I told her, don't worry about wrapping everything up because I also remember last year, about this time, I tried on some YSL jeans when I went to Dallas and I didn't get them. Well, I ended up getting a pair this time. So I'll show you those soon too. And I told her, I said, I've got to go. I've got to get an Uber to the airport. So I got an Uber. I told him I'm going straight to the airport. And so he had me just change my drop off point. I ran in, got my luggage. The guy there helped me put all this in my luggage because I had lots of space because I hadn't bought that much or anything that big. I had had everything shipped from Louis Vuitton. And so went to the airport and had a wonderful flight home. And let's see. Oh, I did eat this burger at Terminal B, and it was from the Melt Shop, and it was really good, I have to admit. And then I came home that night, dropped by my parents first, took them their bagels, and then the next day I went over there and gave them play-by-play. You guys think you get play-by-play? My daddy gets play-by-play of every single. He likes to know every detail, and then I like to show them what I got and everything. So I hope you enjoyed this.
Your daddy wants play-by-play of what you did, really.
And I want to do a separate video on what I wore and what made it different than some other stuff and what was great for other people that are like me that are not used to cold weather
Stupid.
but still want to look good, want to be comfortable. So that will be coming soon too. And like I said, I have no earrings on today. This is my Gucci necklace that John bought me. And yeah, so thank you for watching, and I will see you guys real soon. Let me know what your favorite thing was down below.
The
Bye-bye.
end. And the cat. And if you made it to the end with me, congratulations, and I will see you in the next one.